vendor credit is the single most accessible type of financing for businesses and startups, but it's also very limited. I'm going to talk about it a little bit today, mostly because you need to understand what it is and what it isn't. If you go out and start looking on the internet, you're going to find a whole lot of what it isn't. You got to be really careful about this one because there's a lot of misinformation on the internet. What is vendor credit? Vendor credit is very simply this. It's credit given to you by a business. So a very good example is you're a business, you go to Staples all the time, Staples gives you a credit card. That is vendor credit. So it's good, it's something you can use for your business. But a lot of people oversell what vendor credit is. There's a lot of different types of vendor credit to start with. There's net 30 or net credit. So let's say you go to Staples, they say, buy whatever you want and we'll bill you at the end of the month. That would be a net 30 account. You owe everything within 30 days. That is really easy to get. That's why people will tell you anybody can qualify for vendor credit. And then the next level up could be a credit card, like the example I gave from Staples, or some vendors will even give out loans. You think about if you go to a car dealership, Ford, and maybe Ford finances the purchase. That would also be considered vendor credit. So those are the different types of vendor credit. And because there's net 30 included in that, or net 60, means you got to pay everything in 60 days, it's really easy to qualify for. The important thing to look out for, though, is if you go on the internet, there's people that will sell you a service that say, pay $5,000 and we'll get you $50,000 in credit or financing for your business. Typically what they mean is vendor credit. And what's the value of $50,000 in financing if you got to pay it in 10 days? Often if you go pay money for that, you're going to have lost your money or it's been wasted because you don't end up with any real benefit to your business. So to summarize, vendor credit is good. It's a useful tool for your business. It often doesn't show up on your personal credit report, so that's great. But just be realistic as to what you actually accomplish with it and be careful not to be taken by internet hucksters.